my background. Well, I could add to the diversity aspect of being a member because I come from Israel. And my father was a professional diplomat. My mother was a professor of microbiology. And when I was little, I hung a lot in the lab. But I really wanted to be a spy because that's what I thought my father was doing. And then I heard my mother talk about the genetic code, and my ears pricked up and said, "Code? What code? That's a real spy talk." And she explained to me about DNA. And I got hooked, went ahead, and then studied biology and stayed with DNA ever since. So I came to Australia because my father was the ambassador here, and I had the privilege to join ANU and work through CSIRO on the great Australian icon, the red kangaroo, and then continued to another Australian icon, perhaps less favourable, the sheep blowfly, and then to a scientific icon, the Drosophila melanogaster, and then I went back to Israel for 10 years, where I started working in aquaculture, which is where I am now. Aquaculture, or rather aquaculture biotechnology. And what I do primarily is assisted reproductive technologies, which is a little bit similar to, I guess, a gynecologist in a way. I do molecular biology, omics technologies, which is genomic, transcriptomics, proteomics, metabolomics. I know it's very different from the previous very impressive speakers, so I'm taking you a little bit into perhaps the food area. So why do we do that? So to assist reproducing of species in aquaculture in captivity is a really important part in closing the life cycle, because it might not be appreciated, because in agriculture we have the cow, the pig, the goat, and chicken, and more or less that's it. In aquaculture, there's so many species, and most of them, if you bring them from the sea, they won't breed into captivity. The cues are different. We have to use technologies to make them breed. So this is what I do. I use hormonal manipulations, delivery systems, in order to close the life cycle. We also do alternative broodstock systems using surrogate technologies, and again, the same way that surrogacy really helped in human reproduction. In aquaculture, it's a little bit different, because what we are trying to do is to take the germ cells from really big species that are difficult to manage and put them into little species where it would be very easy to manage. And just to show you some of my clients or patients, whatever way you like to see them, the southern bluefin tuna, which we spawned in captivity, and it really was worldwide recognition, the cobia, the yellowtail kingfish, the giant grouper that we work in Vietnam, and for the ladies also the Paspaley pearls, which were involved in the technology. So how could I possibly link with Etsy? So there are two areas that I think could be beneficial. One is the world of omics today really offer personalized solutions in the aquaculture and agriculture industry, the same way that in medicine, omics technologies, and that is looking at the genes, looking at the proteins, and looking to see what is good, what is bad, can we diagnose it, can we modify it. And this is relevant for reproduction, for genetics, for health, for diagnostic of health. This can lead to improved productivity, competitiveness, upskilling, quality, sustainability. So where is the challenge? I think the challenge is that we as scientists know that these technologies are useful. Some industry partners understand that. A lot of them, there seems to be a gap there where we really need to explain, and I think someone mentioned doing something in the lab, upscaling. There's a big gap there. We really need to work on that and bring this information forward and work together with industry, how we can help them to make Australia more competitive and deal with issues such as food security. The other aspect, which I really feel passionate about, is STEM, and other people mentioned that as well, so I think this is probably a big winner for the Academy. And I think exposing high school kids, undergraduate students, and graduate students really to the magic of science. For me, it is still magic, and I'm passionate about it now the same way as I was as a kid when I first heard about DNA, as I said before. So I think exposing them in various ways, and it is happening in Australia, but a lot more can be done. Another aspect is inspiring women to take on the challenge. And for me, I can show firsthand that it can balance life and work, and it can be done, and it's okay to be done. I'm a mother. I'm actually a newly grandmother as well. I think not just educating and not just bringing in the numbers, but enabling women to know and to feel that it's okay to be smart and sassy, and also educating men that it's okay for the women to be smart and sassy. It's not a threat. It's fun. It's a great thing to do. And also telling families. I have students that say that their parents tell them, why are you studying? Go and get a husband. Or if they have a husband, why are you studying? You already got a husband. It really, we have an educational and cultural gap to cover, and I really hope I can contribute there. Thank you very much.